beautiful out here, isn't it?
So here we are. This is called a paramotor. It's one of the most freest, easiest forms of flight that there is in the entire world. And if done properly, one of the safest. So there's been a few questions in regards to these basic controls of the wing. The lines coming down, you need to, your risers. Now each kind of setup is a little different, but on this one we have our A riser, B, and our C's. And then obviously these are our brake lines, which lead up to the trailing edge. The controls are very simple, really. If I want to gain altitude, I simply apply more thrust, pushes me forward, it changes the angle of attack on my wing, and I gain altitude. If I want to lose altitude, I simply ease off on the thrust, and it causes the wing to take its natural angle of attack, and I start to lose altitude. Now, to turn, basically, say I want to turn right, I check right. I'm going to apply right brake. Usually I'll increase my thrust a little bit just to compensate for the drag, and I turn right. The opposite applies to the left. Look, check, fly, turn left. That essentially is the basic controls of flying the paramotor. All paramotors, wings, you have trims, which are these here. So basically what happens is when you put out the trims, it'll lead to the back end. It's going to increase the angle at the back, so it increases your angle of attack, so in essence you go faster. And you can see that when I let out my right trim, I start to turn to the left. Because basically I let out my right trim, and so it's acting like I'm applying a left aileron in essence. If I bring back in my right trim, it's going to bring my wing back to its natural position, and I should fly straight and level. So when you let out both trims, you're lessening the angle of attack on your wing, and you're going to be going faster into your airstream. That's basically that. A speed bar attaches to these toggles and comes down through the toggles on your seat. So there's a line that affix, and it'll be like a line, a bar that you can push out with your feet. Basically what that'll do is it applies pressure to your leading edge, your A-lines, and basically it lessens the angle of attack and you go faster. You have to check your manufacturer specification for each wing to see whether you can have trims out or trims in when you're using a speed bar, because it's obviously going to make the wing less stable at the higher speeds that you go. So at this altitude, like right now I am at 400 feet. So it's a little bumpy, not too bad. But I think it's probably because of the wind coming in over this ridge. So I'm going to gain some altitude, see if I can get above the turbulence. There, that's better right there. So I just had to make an adjustment of about 100 feet. Now it's a lot smoother up here. I think that's probably because it's just the wind coming in from the southeast. It hits these hills and it causes rotors downwind from the obstruction. That just makes it a little bumpy. You're flying down upwind. So now I'm at 600 feet, nice and smooth. Now this right here may look like I'm just kind of sitting back and reclining in my relaxer, but it actually has a purpose. I'm just basically applying a very slight weight shift to my riser, so I'm putting more weight on my right side, which is bringing down the right side of my wing, which causes me to change course a little bit to the right. And same thing would happen if I do it the other way. I weight shift to the left. It's going to bring the left side of my wing down. I'm going to just very slowly and gently change course to the left. So when I'm cruising along and I'm just sitting back enjoying the view, that's how I will just do just like course corrections or adjustments